What's up, Brand Builder? I'm Bonigala, and welcome to another episode of the Brand Builder Show. In this episode, how to connect your brand to people's emotions. Brands that tap into our emotions are far more successful than those that don't. How about your brand? Is your message to your target audience on an emotional level, or do you just communicate the features of your service or product? For instance, if you're launching a clothing label and your first line is going to be printed t-shirts and hoodies, ask yourself why anyone should buy your t-shirts or hoodies. What is your plan? Do you mean to sell to whomever would be willing to buy them, or are you going to determine who your customer should be and then seek them out? If you take the kind of a scattershot method, then your label would have a tough time getting off the ground. The fashion sector is highly competitive and it is getting saturated by the minute. Figuring out how your label can connect emotionally to your ideal customers should be your top priority, even more than the designs, the material, or the manufacturing itself. Without this, you are at the mercy of random sales. Your marketing will be rudderless. You may spend your money on social media or AdWords and hope for the best. But if you can come up with the emotional angle, your marketing and your messaging will fall in line. They would be much more focused, and your marketing dollars will have better return on investment. Once you've figured this out, you can then focus on creating compelling statements about what your brand should mean to your customers. Now, I'm not talking about generic adjectives and ideas. The more specific, unique, and powerful the statement is, the better your target market will understand and align with it. If the emotional statement can be applied to your competitors, then it is not good enough. It must be unique to your brand. Yes, I know it's easier said than done, but that is how you differentiate yourself from your competitors. If you have some time, I would suggest reading a beautiful paper by Anne Rindell called What Brands Mean to Us. Emotional stories can be based on a variety of aspects of your brand. If you have historical strength, that is, you've been running a successful brand before or are associated with some kind of a history of success, then you can use heritage as an emotional connection. If you started the brand with a powerful motivation that is beyond the money-making kind of requirement, then that would be an awesome emotional message. If you're struggling to find an emotional connection, then you would need to dig deep with your target market and know everything there is to know about what makes them tick, what motivates them, what inspires them, what they love, what they hate, and more. From this discovery, you can identify an emotional angle that you can explore and try and associate with your brand. Now, the following are features that do not create an emotional connection, and there is no point in wasting your time trying to use these to either differentiate your brand or to form an emotional connection with your target audience. So these are a no-no. Number one, quality of your product or service. I mean, which brand would say that their product or service is mediocre, right? Everyone says that they have the best service, or their product is the highest quality, or that they use the best raw materials and ingredients and so on. Do you talk about the high quality of your service or product? No, but do it, but not as a differentiator. If someone were to ask you, why should we buy your product or service, you should not be saying that they should do so because you offer the best quality service or product. That is a no-no. Number two, your passion or commitment. Saying that you're passionate about the business or the brand or the field, or that you're committed 110% is not gonna cut it anymore. There was a time when passion was the differentiating factor, but not anymore. So that is a no-no. Number three, that you're affordable or that you're the cheapest. Now, this is a guaranteed recipe for disaster. Trying to battle your competition or connect with your target audience through the virtue of being the cheapest will not work in the long term. And in fact, will lead to you being a very unprofitable business, an eventual death of the brand. Try to offer value in your service or product, a value that benefits your customers and for which they're willing to pay a fair price. So I hope you found this episode useful. If you have any questions about this episode, please hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @Bonigala. Or leave comments below this video and I will surely respond. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Till my next episode, take care.